Hello, I'm Joseph, and I'm going to be taking you through a tour. And today we're going back in time. We're going back in time, and I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened to me about 2,000 years ago. One day, when she was with the goats, suddenly she saw a bright light, and she realised it was an angel. And an angel spoke to her and said, "You're going to have a baby." We had to get all the way from our home, all the way to a place called Bethlehem. How do you think we got there? Yeah? A donkey. Well, you're not wrong. We got there, and you know, there was nowhere for us to stay. Every room was full, every bed was taken, the whole place was completely full. And you know, the only place that we could find to stay was in with all the animals. Baby was born in the middle of all of that mess, in the middle of all that dirt, in the middle of all those animals. That was where the child was born. That's where Jesus, my son, was born. We had some visitors that night. We had some shepherds come because out on the hills just near Bethlehem there were some shepherds that were looking after their sheep. A lot of people didn't really like the shepherds, but God wanted them to be part of this story. Should we come through and meet the shepherd now?
Well, hello everybody. There's so many of you here. It's lovely to see you. Who brought you? Oh, Joseph. Joseph the carpenter from Nazareth. Yeah. It is such an honour to meet you. I have not seen you for so many years, Joseph. I'm so sorry for all you've gone through. You've had a lot to carry. Are these people here to hear my story about your boy? Well, hello everybody. My name is Levi, and I'm a shepherd from a little place called Bethlehem in Israel. And I want to tell you my story about his boy, Jesus. I met him twice, you know. But it's 50 years ago since I saw him the first time, maybe 20 years since I saw him the second. First time I met him, I was a young shepherd with my friends in Bethlehem looking after our sheep. And we were just settling down from the night, having got away some of these wild animals like the wolves and all those things that try to kill sheep. You know, they're not very nice. And we tilted back our hats and we were looking up in the sky and we were just settling down to a nice night's sleep when all of a sudden this big man in white appeared. I mean, he was enormous. I'd never seen the likes of it. It frightened the life out of me. And we all started shaking. We were so afraid. In fact, I was shaking in my boots. Same boots as I have, because I think your boots should last a lifetime, you know. Anyway, here's what he said to us. He said, "Don't be afraid." Well, it didn't help that much, because when somebody appears from nowhere, you're going to be afraid, aren't you? So we were afraid. But then this shepherd, this angel, a man, said to us, "Because today I bring you good news of great joy. In the city of David, that's Bethlehem, has been born for you a Messiah, a Saviour, the Lord. And you'll find lying in a wee manger and wrapped in some clothes, cloths and rags." Well, the astounding thing about that is I'm a shepherd, you see. And people in Israel don't like us shepherds. They hate us. They think that we're the dirt of the earth. They spit at us when they walk past. They don't want anything to do with us. They treat us like we're nothing. But this angel appeared to us, and then the whole sky was full of angels, and they were singing or shouting or crying or speaking. I can't remember what they were doing, but they said this: "Glory to God in the highest, and peace on earth amongst those whom he loves." Well, we were astounded, so we jumped, we ran down into Bethlehem, and we found the stable, and we saw Mary. You've gone through so much, Mary. It is an honour to see you again. We saw Mary and Joseph and this little baby, and everything stood still in the world for a wee minute, you know, because we realised we were looking at the Saviour of the world. Anyway, time passed, and over the next few years, Mary and Joseph and the wee baby Joseph, Jesus had to run to Egypt like refugees run today. And they were treated the same way as refugees are treated by us, you know. Terrible, terrible thing. And then they came back. And when he was about 11, he got into a bit of trouble in the temple in Jerusalem because he wasn't doing as his mum and his dad had said. And then nobody heard about him for about 19 years, something like that. And then when he was about 30, the word is that he started to preach and teach, and he told people like me that I mattered, and he told the religious people that they weren't as important as they thought they were. And he started to heal sick people. He started to say things that challenged people. And he raised people from the dead and everything. And the Romans and the Jewish leaders hated him for it. And that was the next time I saw him. He must have been about 33, and I was in Jerusalem for the Passover. And I was leaving on the Friday morning, and I heard this noise behind me, and I turned, and I saw this man whose face was all bruised and bloody. He'd been beaten up something terrible, and he was carrying a cross. When I looked, that was the last time I saw you, Mary. Walking behind him, it was awful. Everybody was laughing at him and jeering and making fun of him and telling him he was nothing. So I joined the crowd and I watched, and I saw him getting murdered in that cross. And there was a Roman soldier near it, and he looked up at him and he said, "Surely this man is the Son of God." And I believed it. And they took him off the cross and they buried him. 3 days later, his disciples went to look for him and he wasn't there. He said he'd risen from the dead and he was alive. And everything changed as a result of that, you know. And I decided when I heard that I would take a little bit of the wood from Jerusalem, and I made myself a cross out of Jerusalem wood because I believe in him too. And over the years he's been my friend, you know. He's been so kind to me, and he's forgiven me, and he's done the things that he's done for so many other people. And I have to tell you, I'm not a very good man. I make an awful lot of mistakes. And I've done some things in my life, and nearly over now, I'm come to the end of my life, that I really regret. And if I could do them again, I would, but I can't. But I've never met a kinder man than Jesus. I've never seen a lovelier man than Jesus. He's so forgiving. He's so gracious. And you know why I know he's alive? I talk to him every day and he talks to me. And he's the thing that's changed my life. And here, in these parts, I understand you celebrate him at Christmas time. And you have turkeys and trees and tinsel, and you give each other cards and presents. Lovely. Happy Christmas. Have a wonderful time this Christmas. I'm going to. But when you're having a Christmas celebration, can I ask you not just to remember the baby? Could you also remember the man? And could you remember that he loves you? And could you remember that he died for you? And could you remember that he wants to be your friend? Because that's the greatest gift anybody can have at Christmas. Anyway, I am whacked. I am so tired. That hay bale is like a deluxe Silent Night mattress to me. So I just need to snuggle up and have a wee bit of a snooze. Have a lovely Christmas, everybody. And thank you so much for taking the time to come into my little corner of the world and talk to me about this man, Jesus. Cheerio now. Cheerio.